Hey Frank, with all the different talk about lineups and cohesion and figuring all that out, how much does just Anthony Davis playing at that level paper over some of that and lead away, lead the way?
Yeah, well, all that other stuff is just trying to patch it together, while we're getting our stars back healthy and with their legs under them and rhythm and timing up to speed. And you see Anthony just getting a little bit stronger every game, a little bit more in rhythm every game, and just a sensational performance by Anthony tonight.
Frank, I suppose the free throw line is an example of the aggression that he showed, but was there something you saw from a mindset standpoint with him about the way that he was going to attack this game and Portland as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there was matchups in both games, that were a problem for our opponent, and we wanted to make sure that we exploited that, and we were able to do that. We're doing a better job, getting the ball inside, when they're trying to take him away, and we've had some games where we didn't feed the post very well, or play out of the double teams, and we're getting better each game with that, and AD was finding people, and our guards were getting him the ball in position to score.
And Frank, Dan had just asked AD about LeBron, and he said basically, trust me, he'll be fine based on what he saw. Is there anything you can share along those lines of what kind of confidence of him coming back and getting to where he expects to be?
Yeah, no, I mean, he looks good in his workouts. Obviously there's going to be a little bit of a, an adjustment period with him in terms of getting his rhythm and timing back. Hopefully we have enough time, for that to pick up very quickly. I tend to learn to have confidence in LeBron James in situations like that, and we've said all along. We're going to battle through this stretch the best we can and try to get as healthy as we can down the stretch, knowing that we can do big things if we get our two horses and really our whole team back, Dennis included.
Hey Frank, I know you talked a lot about AD's legs being a huge factor in how he's played lately, but is there something that you think maybe the stakes of these games and the standings and trying to still get the 6 seed has brought out this side of him that's a little more competitive?
Yeah, I think that's the silver lining that no one's really talking about right now is, for the last couple of weeks, in the last two games, we've been playing really every possession matters type of basketball, which is what the playoffs are like. That's what the playoff intensity is about. And sometimes you have a playoff seeding locked up and you kind of coast into it. You're just not as sharp as you need to be going into the playoffs. But the urgency that we've been forced to play with, I think has come out in Anthony's performance the last couple games, and I think it's going to benefit our whole group.
Yeah.
Frank, what have you kind of made of Alex's performance these last two games and sort of the improvement he's shown as the primary primary playmaker and ball handler?
Alex Caruso has stepped up big time, in these last two games. He really has. He's for all the talk about Anthony in the last two games, with high scoring totals. Alex has had his two highest scoring totals of the season in the last two games as well, 18 and 17 points. And to do it without skipping a beat on the defensive end, where he is an elite defender, and I think it's worth mentioning that he has to be considered for all defensive team. With the way he guards, the way he does everything on that side of the ball. So to see him, dominate on the defensive end and take control of our offense and play on both sides just proves his value to us. And it was a big reason we won a championship last year, and he's going to be huge for us in the playoffs this year.
Bill?
Frank, how have you seen AD accept the challenge of trying to lead this team without LeBron over this stretch, and was tonight maybe sort of the manifestation of kind of that relatively short-term journey he's on?
Yeah, I think with Anthony, he really leads with his play, as much as with his voice, and he's rallying guys and talking things out throughout the game and whatnot. But he sets a tone for us with his assertiveness. When he comes to play the last two games like he did the last two games, looking to dominate, then everybody else gets a little bit more air in their chest, and you get more confidence in what we're going to be able to do that night. And you know, it just takes time when you miss as much time as he did for him to be able to, you know, have that sort of you know, that sort of pop to his game. And you know, so I think it's been great with his leadership, you know, of late.
Dave?
Following up on that, is there a trickle down effect? Obviously, the impact he makes statistically speaks for itself, but do you feel like there is any tension released by, okay, this looks like the guy that helped win his championship? And also, does it affect the LeBron timeline at all? Just being like, hey, if AD's playing this way, maybe he can take a couple extra days to get back right.
Yeah, I mean, I think it affects the confidence of the group, but I don't think it affects Bron's timeline. You know, Bron's going to try to get in there as much as he can to get a rhythm without agitating the ankle. You know, I mean, I don't think how Anthony's playing or what our seating situation looks like is going to change LeBron's timeline.
Elon?
Frank, we saw the Mark Trez pairing for the first time tonight. Why did you go to those two together for the first time, and what did you think of them together?
Yeah, I mean, it was a -9 overall, but you know, that's just because we gave up 2 threes, you know, during that stretch in the fourth. I think there's some benefits to playing a lineup like that. You know, obviously, you know, there's some risk as well because both are used to defending the center position. But you know, we want to get your best players out there, and you know, it's one of the things we haven't quite looked at yet. And when we're trying to manage, you know, the addition of Andre, you know, with those 2 guys, they're used to playing big minutes as well. So you know, I did like what it looked like tonight. You know, I think we're getting better again playing with 2 bigs, whether it's, you know, Anthony and Drum or Mark and Trez together. And just some of the dynamics that go into that, you know. But I think it was a positive, even though the overall net was a negative. I think it was a positive for the energy of our group.
We've got time for 2 more. Nick Hamilton? Nick, you can go ahead. You're on mute. There you go.
Hey, Frank. What did you think? Just want to get your thoughts. What you thought of Taylor Tucker in his first game back tonight, and how much he really gave you guys as far as that list?
Yeah, we missed Talon. You know, when we're shorthanded, and especially at the ball handler position, you know, and Alex has got to sort of handle it as you know, by himself, and we have to ask wings to bring it up and bigs to bring it up and whatnot. You know, that challenges your offensive flow big time. You know, and you know, for him to come back after 2 games and, you know, just really to kind of stabilize us, you know, and give us somebody that can get us into our sets, and but still be that attacker that he is. He made a 3 in the first half. I thought he was great tonight, and you know, he was definitely missed in the last 2 games.
Mark Berman?
Hey Frank, what does it look like for LeBron versus the Knicks, and what do you make of the matchup? You know, they just won on this score also, but you'll have AD this time.
Yeah, we don't know about Bron yet. LeBron's day to day, so we don't have an answer on that yet. And you know, obviously the Knicks are playing exceptional basketball this year. You know, to come in and beat the Clippers on their home floor is a big time win. Coach Tibbs has done a phenomenal job on both sides of the ball. You know, with their defense and, you know, the way they're playing together offensively and how he's using Julius. You know, I think he's done just an exceptional job with their group, and you know, obviously we're going to have to play our best basketball to beat them. You know, even with AD playing well, we'll have to be at our best.